Saga. It's the most you ever lost on a coin toss. Most you ever lost on an hour of continuous coin tossing. Lads up front on the couch. Beaten asleep again. Towards the forbidden room. Kind of elaborate. Do some pretty decisive inventory managing with my big pile of cash. I could sell some of these weapons. I would prefer to break them over the faces of the opposition. And I know from looking up things on the side that there's a few things in here that I need to keep around as crafting ingredients. Well, want to keep around as crafting ingredients. There's powerful stuff that falls out of giving the various smiths all the stuff they want. Mostly doing okay gear-wise. You don't even sell heals, Dave. Alright, also we got Zach. Let's look at Zach. Zach, who doesn't have a weapon because I took it from him in battle. Zach, a level 20 general. That armor. 18 natural defense and pathos. Fourth with Gatry. Uses swords. Level cap 30. Reasonably solid man. Give him one of backup swords. Silver. That aside. I did like it. An iron and that's a regular Shamshir, not the chosen one. From that skimming of notes on the side, we're close to the next party meetup between the two armies. Planning to shop for anything here. I'll remind myself. Go to Smith, right? Yeah. Silver sword out of an S-stock and a silver shield. The silver shield is the much harder to acquire ingredient on that. Size 12 battle over there. Maybe we get to go a little further than that. Let's see. Who am I taking over there? I can try Zach. The thieves have started to turn it around. Visiting a town like that has been a mechanic just unique to the City of Blood, which has served as kind of a persistent hub for Holmes' army. Some later point you'll get to revisit Fort Ligria, Fort Ligma. Right now, Holmes' gang is locked in on finishing this stretch of the plot. Big reason for being allowed to revisit this one is there's all the schools of fighting styles on that map. You can pay to give people terrain specialist tags. I can't buy directly into storage. I'll pick up a few things while I'm here. I have plenty of thunder. Get like an extra killer axe. A halberd. Proper horse destruction tool. Felling edges are 24 health each. Shamshir is a proven pretty good sword. Not necessarily that these swords are going on to Shigen, definitely. Heavier. It has a higher mastery requirement, but otherwise, yeah, the Shamshir is an upgrade on the scimitar. American is qualified to use it killing it. Take that for yourself. Maybe that's how this goes. Everybody gets to pick a sword off the pile. Point it will consolidate the inventory again. I already have way too many thunder tomes from the treasure caves. You waive your access to things. Killing Edge would go well on my thief. Completely qualified for that. Won't be carrying it yet. Similarly, for Krishna, or Krishna. He's kind of pulling it together. Heal staves available, got enough thunder. I was qualified to use a heal. And for swords, the Levin sword is definitely a primary weapon for her. Killing Edge on the side. And also qualified to use. Add more of these swords that kill. It might be of use. Our enemy would not stand. bazooka. Roger's already pretty geared up. I might want to set that silver sword aside. That silver sword probably gets repaired. Might be a while before I can walk to another repair depot, though. He has a lance to work on. Take a sham chair. Take a sham chair and put it into storage. That's from the edge. You know, killing edge. Most of Garo's former axes are in storage right now. Is it the supply consolidation? Take a killer axe. A remarkably accurate axe. The scythe. The hook. Saga. Killing edge. Sham shear. I got plenty of ammo to work with that isn't continuing to wear down Shrum. Mel, you are a healer, however. You could be a surgeon. Julia. Sham shear. Take a killing it. Some of these folks will get transferred back to Renan's army during the shakeup. Esther really needs to level. Esther is lacking in weapon skill right now. Iron helmet. Silver sword. Big brave crossbow. And that's everybody attended to. Doling out a fair share of the big pile of gambling cash immediately. Forward. So, on this map we have West, Brave Crossbow, that's some halberdiers, halberdier and a steel axe, many heavily armored men, and one anti-armor man. There's a certain wizard. Power of sky and dirt. Brave sword aim. And a team of Pegasi with throwing spears. Make our way up a cliff. A seemingly uncomplicated map. Well, there is an anti-armor weapon there. Heavy armor would also be useful. Or I have other kinds of tank I can employ. Atlas can deploy so she can use her Sage Cloak, and then be magical. Jack is also already level 20, so move toward the back of the pile. Gotta be the starter algorithm here. With no apparent exceptional threats on the board right now. Or things with my most leveled optional units going in the back, this is in Eularia. We're bringing Merchant. We're bringing Krishna. We gotta bring Krishna. Bringing a lot of the folks who are almost at 20. And Frau to work together. Roger. Arrow and Lionheart. There you go. Is an almost ready to promote. Fine lineup. Problem solvers. I'm deploying Metlish. What would I remove for that? Or would I swap out Mill for somebody else? So many weapons to try to steal. Maybe Alicia stays on the bench anyway. It's not like there's a lot of competition for the Sage Cloaks. If Bud were not in peril, I would have no reason to stay on this side of the battle. Oh, we're gonna steal so much stuff out of the basement. And rescue your parents or something. That loot, though. No immediate shaking up of things as the map loads in. Threat zone of the armor men. Threat zone of the axemen is furthest out. Archers can also get up here. The arbalester can get up here. Frontier is defensive terrain. Woods are also defensive terrain. Arbalest, range 4. Wild. Yeah, I can't counter battery fire that at its maximum range. So, start to move some people up. That's Steel Axe, Iron Shield. -3 attack at -5 speed. You'll survive a hit and double swing back with your cheap slim sword. Chipping away at the armor. Then many armor men will pile in behind. Out to there for now. If they want to approach homes, they choose death. That's on them. Brow over here. Ready for that fight. My horses probably fight their flyers hereabouts when they arrive. Raffin in position to support Western. Roger, who is skilled enough to ride across the Badlands. Slide up on the flank there. Oh, you're also in range of the Arbalest. That might be a problem for you. There's a way to deal with this. Still have this single stack of Iron Shield. You take that. Mel rides up here. Passes that shield along. There. Get one armor plate to keep yourself alive with. Problem solved. Then slides forward. Samson will kill a horse. Samson has the can opener. Alright, not the best. So Arbalest Man is going to be a problem. Until he walks forward close enough for Holmes to get him with the longbow. Flyers move up. More flyers spawn in. Okay, map gimmick recognized. working as planned here. Not bad. Okay, going back to there. Roger does not hit him. Roger can deal damage even through the armor. And the shield is down. Plenty of damage across the board here. Not bad. A healer with Kanto. That is very useful. That solves the problem. If I wanted to cycle another unit in here to take a swing at Steel Axe Man who is blocking the road. Give you a throwing axe. Give him what for? Has been given not for. Tragic. Prefer to have Holmes start shooting down enemy cavalry. Nine defense. Used here. Of the people who could slide into the front there. I guess I are only level 12. Esther should probably slide over. She's not qualified. Okay, well, do I have any normal javelin? No, I do not. You have a normal javelin. Esther 5. Qualified to wield that javelin. Take the javelin. Reach into item storage. Heal him. Heal him off the set. Equip your javelin for self. Inventory management. Speaking his French to Krishna. Krishna is helping. It can be. This will only kill with a crit. Just use good sword. Krishna did that. Good job, Krishna. Okay. Armor Knights have not moved forward yet, so they are blocking that path. All of the footmen are going to stand their ground. The archer can threaten but won't kill. Clergy. Pull in the next steel sword man. Mass bombardment. You do have danger. And your turn, not in shooting distance. With you could also trade your javelin to a junior cavalier. Either of them can threaten her from front. Physically blocking this tile prevents two of them from agreeing on who to attack. Good job, it also proven to find each other. That's no beat. What are the other? Yeah, every click into place. He is statted like a big thief, not like a normal sword class who can also steal. Also, he doesn't have the speed of a thief either. He's statted as just kind of bad. He's a bad stat block attached to a very good ability. He is a puzzle to solve. Fast. So now, one of their birds has entered cutting range. We're still at enough distance that the new reinforcements don't immediately engage. There is a tempo to follow. Oh, hey. Even more birds. With great lances. The close combat, those are even more manipulable than the skirmishers. Okay. Start making some checkpoints. First of all, Roger, delete this man. Kill for merchant? Just a little birthday kill for the captain? Steal the spear. He's doing his job. Need to delete you. Store. Rapid. That was fun. My horse is pointed. Wasting my valuable longbow. They have very high accuracy. Take this swing from this position. Gets things started. Crimson is suitably tough. Look like if I have him just walk on up here with the Axe of the King. A sort of can opener. Dull Harkin. Half's getting electricity. You can be up there, Tank. Krishna, do you have non-zero damage against this particular opponent? You are the current wielder of the blood sword. Horses are full of blood. Birds likewise. You wanna double this one up? She's starting to believe. She's starting to believe. Just a little donation of starter capital in the form of a pre-bloodied sword. Begin up here. Sword around you. Where supposedly Iron Body has a weak point. Get the ship into there. So. Heal Rathan and move Rathan forward. Could be either throwing spears into these guys, or he could try to go engage with Valiant Rider. You should stay here and look at the support range. He'll be throwing spears. Well, I also have a physic on capturing and acquired a spare physic in the previous one. Raffen could go up here. Make this throw. It almost breaches. The most menacing plank. Country back there, got her physic. You plug this hole in the line. You're ready to throw. Prevents either of those flyers from going deep. This flyer is still able to threaten Horde Zone. I blocked that tile with metal. That would deny them the throwing position to hit here. 18 attack. Mel can endure that. Ah, hello, sir. Welcome. Welcome, little guy. Little man in need of healing. Little man. Always very conscious of his positioning. His attack radius is vast. Very conscious of the snack supply. For reference for the recording, this is day 1 of his recovery from a big medical adventure. He has been rendered neutral. Taking it well. He's green to you. Loyal to no one. Still retains all the perks of being a funny little man. Unlocks all manner of additional features, like doubled life expectancy. Attempt to continue transacting business. Smart. Wiggling of the lad. It is possible that he will just be demanding enough that the session will be brought to an end early. Be determined. He is in largely good spirits. He has received the first of the secret pills that he was given. Aid in his recovery. Opening the gate. Engine continues to run. Excellently tuned. Thank you for providing your commentary, sir. Go up on deck. Excellent. Yep. Catry here. Physic. Raffin. This is another scenario that would be greatly aided by a swarm of deadly birds. Looking good, sir. Then your recently acquired Kanto getting put to work. Little Catherine. And then ride forward to block. Yeah, a testament to his status as supreme tiny gentleman. He has not been placed in the comb. He is a being without shame. If he betrays that trust, go procure the cone and apply it to him. So far, by all appearances, scratched in moderation. Alright, Shigen is one of the right guys for the job. He's gonna really wear down that killing edge. He does have the necessary skills to open a can. A lot of pressure on my frontliners here. It is an uncomplicated, but suitably vicious map. Yeah, they're all honing in on him as the weak point. Crits don't bypass defenses. Crits multiply raw damage, though. Rather than effective damage. Making the math routinely work out to them being a counter to big armor. If something is bouncing your 20 base damage, and then you boost it to 60 damage, you're dealing 40 damage. Over the top. Okay. Dangerous position. Too many horses. Alright, Shigen is handling well. It's entirely possible that I'll end up organically doing a thing that I saw while skimming the documentation about recruitment. It was very neat to see that it existed. Which can be seen for itself. Don't really need to dance around it. So, apparently, according to both sources I have on this, if Shigen dies, there is a point in the plot where he will be resurrected, just off camera, by someone else. And then he'll rejoin. This is perhaps telegraphed by him having the sword that prevents you from dying. Why does he have that? Where'd he get that? Character you acquire by doing this can also be acquired by other means. The natural inverse of if he dies, he dies. If he lives, he lives. So, more stack of shield left on you. That sounds like a job for Dol Harkin. That it will kill you. Yeah, I don't know if these are infinite or fixed reinforcement wings. It's a lot of horses. Enough to be like, would have been nice to bring more archers. But also, even just Holmes, like hold on, these have 18 attack, Holmes has 16 defense. He's almost immune to them. Holmes could, instead of, okay, and it's kill boss as the victory condition, not seize for it. The Holmes could just stand here, walking around with a shotgun. Shooting down horses at his leisure. He even has access to the inventory with all the spare shotguns. They can barely scratch him. That's enough raw health that he could even, like, tank all of these carouseling into him. That frees everyone else up to join the frontal attack. Yeah, that's the plan. The joke plan to real plan pipeline completed in single swift motion. Brave crossbowman. Prefer if you were dead crossbowman. Or I should also be thinking about the attack range of... He hasn't moved. He's had opportunity to throw and has not moved. So he's going to stay in place. Unless I get into range of him. There sure is a way, perhaps, to approach the building and to damage Ahab. Without even having to bother with the guys in the front. Gotta mitigate the many birds. But also, I still want to trample the more dangerous ones. Mel can heal Sheegan and then take position near Roger. That's a halberdier. I should fight him on foot. With leg units. Like Sheegan. Or only have horses fight him at a distance. Yeah, double up, that will break his shield. One of the jobs of that very weapon. And back off a step. 2 steps even. Leave room for someone else to stab that Pegasus. Now the killing edge is no longer necessary. You can do this with normal damage. Put some health back in you before you swing. Well, the game doesn't advertise how strong the supports are. Most of them are worth 5 or 10. Mel and Roger are worth 15 for each other, which is among the strongest that can exist. Krishna, or it's Chica. Actually, let's get a measure of that. So if I attack Shigen right now, he with the sword. 100 hit. 12 crit. First edition Krishna. Yeah, you have real accuracy. Even with the Gauche, to be safe. The Gauche is terrible accuracy. But you don't have to hit in order to do the thing. You don't have to swing in, just equip the Gauche and stand there. Five more crit. Well, less than 5, but a little bit. It's for numbers. It helps. Krishna is helping. Krishna is real. Okay. Megan could probably use another heal. Most other folks are topped off. American could use a heal, but I can keep American out of combat range for a bit. Could maybe try and kill a bird in order to steal those Great Lances. Attack versus fixed defense. Has better swords. He might stand a chance with a bit of setup. Ben and Frau will stay down here to support. He'll fight. Esther, go up here. For matchup. Get up. Harsh. No armor for them to capitalize on. So many birds. Speed negative speed. Very slow. Here, if they're behind the lines threat range. Here, north threat range. A little window right there where Catherine could stand. Attack. 9, 16, 9. could stab one more. You could stand there. Referent radius is back there. Referent radius is back there. Exactly one tile. Safety. That's reserved for capturing. Country cannot walk fast enough to get it. Oh. You can take a hit. Might want to throw one fistful of birds into the local atmosphere. Though if I lose control of the birds, inevitably, they might proceed to rise Rogers really good at the job of being the defense line. They might proceed to go after my person of interest. Good job, man. They might all once again proceed to try and enact the will of fate. How many heavy javelins to defeat one Myrmidon? Thousands of throwing sticks versus one ant. I need one more hit. You are entering counterattack range. You choose poorly. The second wave might cause. Jigen is not safe yet. He's demonstrated there was a place they can carousel into. So the carousel would imply that they successfully circle back after completing their attack rounds. This is more of a wood chipper? A horse grinder. Jigen is the glue factory. Urgent, looking viable. The chief. The captain. Depending on the exact title count. There he goes. Oh. Ah, okay, so they telegraph it, in fact, directly. It has a whole event. Neat. Explicitly. This is why it is wise to be friends with witches. Be owed favors by witches. I know many ways to repay you. Owe many favors to witches. They will insist you collect. Even more reinforcement. No, seriously, get to the fort and kill the guy. Okay, but those are happening instead of the bird. No additional birds appear. Bow nomads. And there wasn't another wave of Great Lancers. Okay. The reinforcements might be running out of steam. Things of sea. Phantom. Forward. Get a performance comparison. The hammer is faster. Fast enough to go. Very unreliable. That damage though. Can open. Now, Krishna. Will you seek vengeance? Got full turn before those nomads hit me. They're all javelin riders. Right. From over here, start moving toward the rest of the team. I think that is your most accurate weapon. 100%. He's back. He's alive. Great lance attained. A chief. In the bin. Uh-oh. Little lancers. Throw sticks at them. Useful enough. And is going to come over here and finish that one off. Here, ready to continue your work. Rough. You have the speed advantage. Nice. Right on back to where the rest of the crew. Holmes shoots down this one on the way out. Ow, I must properly manage my piece. This guy is relatively low threat for being an anti-armor unit. Samson is pretty roughed up. Mel probably heals him. Mel might then receive the physic. He's very good at filling space right now. Where's this quick hit? She believe in the heart of the sword. But being the heart on the sword after you've driven it through the torso of the enemy. Dragon Strike. Shoryuken. Stole another Elam. She's real. She's living. Audrey can probably kill him. Flyers are definitely more important to take out. Pulling edge with bubble. Doing 24 without a crit. Mel heals and then moves it. Anyone else can slide in there and throw to finish that one off. That can be a job for Esther. Still support range from left. Nope, is beyond prepare. Any unit can be viable. Once I kill that one, the rest of the flock can't threaten Patrick. Sitting right there. We're in the woods, preparing to deal with those guys. Puts them at a support range. The supports are important. It's also that one double. 11 without. Just make it kill him against people. take 10. Deal 14. Sharon and Sasha, neither of whom were here. Let's go for the sword. Range, though if she manages to draw one of them out of position, that's a good thing. Who gets this good? Who needs it? Samson doesn't have Bullmark. Graffin might be. Does have 8. Kraken takes 10. He can survive 2 hits. Robert takes 9. He can survive 1 hit right now. Mel takes a lot more. Lots of them. He will survive 1 hit. See what happens. Good. 1 distraction. One evade, 1 survive. Now that one is blocking a valuable spot for trying to attack a lot of the line. Oh no, they can circle it. Oh. Estes engaging. It's not routinely updating my checkpoint. Oh, here we are again. Now I know these reinforcements are fine. These reinforcements are also fine. Let's pull back a little bit. I set up Samson there. Or Roger there. Either of my big deal. Probably Samson with the large. Begin may yet live. Holmes takes up the shotgun. Things more tightly packed together on that formation. I can pull Raffin and Esther away from that line entirely. Them ready to resist the charge. Not a kill. Advantage, though. Krishna down, join the field fight. She has reasonably high. Now, her raw movement is low, but thieves are good at crossing to it. Yeah. Sheaf all the way back. Into a nice middle ground where she could join either squad. Into the woods. He dreams of tactics. Alright, he also hit. Man, what holds the line? That'll put chip damage. Right, Dolharkin. The power of integer man. Ah, that's rough, but must account for the need to prevent the chief from being torn apart by wolves. He must live. He must thrive. Flomping. Excellent work, sir. You have to. But have you... Positioning isn't good for trying to harass the front line. Have him down here. Stone sword. Chester, set up. Here. Keep them at a slightly longer distance so that they can scream. Very good. 180. Excellent form too. There we go. Now he is protected. This setup again. Most of enough of the wall to screen or not create. Krishna blocks your go shout. Yeah. Oh, hold on, that yield might have been more meant for Shikin is still in danger. Oh. Is this fate? Closer. What are the stars telling you? Axe-to-axe communication. Okay, not great for Krishna. Carrying a crossbow bolt with a dagger might be difficult. Carrying a javelin with a dagger might be difficult. Currently there. Hot Esther over here. Javelin. Rathan over here. With the plainly demonstrated that it's more important to block the north flock. Here. Samson. Breach. Harkin. The power of Kanto on a healer. The action economy. There. Shigen here. Working on his killing edge. Krishna is helping. By existing. He helps so much. Several people are typing. Alright, so once more Esther isn't doing it. Esther cannot be left in range of this one. San is slightly tougher than that. She also should not be left in range of this one. $11 sword matchup here. Pretty good. The horse gets struck by lightning. They're not fun. Keep my boot in the door a little harder. The line one step further out. Vegan still needs to cycle out of there for healing. Four. You can receive aid and then just kind of stand there. Back up in a more controlled manner. Proactively remove more threats from the board. Those guys will be stepping up soon. Krishna. Bird opener. That's the problem. Too many birds. Each bird I can remove mitigates a lot of threat. One shield left. You have none, she replied. You cover that. Why the sword that kills? The sword which can kill. Still always extra very exposed, being torn apart by birds. Alice. Well, actually, she has a safe spot right there. Just moving her opened up more threat zones. Just the one. That might work out better as a distribution. Also, on top of Shigen having this plot-specific resurrection just for him. The whatchamajig that we acquired from Leda Castle, whose description text was not translated. Or at least the notification for picking it up wasn't translated. You bring that to the big endgame dungeon, or the pre-endgame dungeon. Bring that to the secret wizard tower. That can be used to revive a couple of characters as your prize for big dungeon. Can't believe Shigen's dead. Will allow this to be canon if the rest of the turn is willing to play out good. All of North team has moved. Alright, they're going to take the safe stabs against Holmes. So South team is safe right now. Will hold the line. Okay, and the two big armor men also aren't moving from their position. Okay. New puzzles. Opportunities to apply the cheat. Now the squad will do a nice fighting retreat. That's enough. These are the last of the enemy Pegasi to destroy. Good start. Proven effective technology. How do you do so? Would you like to prove any effects? Your battle systems? Hello, sir. It was nearly the snacking hour. Any moves I have here? Mr. Samson. Ramp and Roger avoided taking damage. Got Mel and a Guy. that horse there in a dangerous position. And should perhaps be dull harkened out of existence. You call the horse replacing. Four of them left, they can still coordinate a pretty big attack. As I completely shut down their options with my formation. How far can this Lancer threaten? All the way back here, but not into the rest of the square. They could attack Sam. You have a chance of just outright killing Brave crossbow. Awesome. And you might even steal the brave crossbow in the process. It could have happened. Okay, but backup option. You might get mangled for this, let's see. It's fine. It's quite fine. Weapon level is what you're most missing out on. All four of these agree on who they want to ruin. Be a pretty bad day. Urchin should be able to prevent attack on Catre. Blocking there. Almost. So, actually, once again, that's perfect. If one of them goes for the attack on Catre, that's fine. Her over here. Physic. Actually, physic unnecessary. The threat posed by the enemy is now possession. Alright, new dangers. Stole a shield. She might live. Just slip into your opponent's clothing. Hermit crab. Hello, Sam. One day you might get to see a crab. From here. Now we withdraw? Don't park in that phase. Park in this one. Krishna will be moved back to block. This killing sword again. Back on he throne. Well, that's it. Let's do that. Need an attack. War. Tries so hard. Our Krishna. Mircham will end up standing. Well, heal Krishna. And Roger is supported while standing. Creates most of a screen. This is important. Favorable outcome there. Samson can afford to be surrounded and throw physic into him. Can block those by position and Frau. Frau and Sam can put up a reasonable defense of this side of the cliff. Don't get close enough to get shot at by the brave crossbow. Sand blocking there to prevent that flanking attack. Still a lot of targets that they could agree to kill. Esther is shielded from Sam. Keeping her with a faster weapon on defense to avoid being doubled is probably a better option right now. Heal outcome is everyone breaks their bodies trying to dislodge Samson. More likely outcome is Krishna dies. He's fast enough to not get doubled, but not durable enough. Not get thoroughly perforated. Krishna cannot go for it. One of those days where you only do one map. Now I've failed to destroy that rider, making it Brow's job to kill that rider. Light here. Brow, you had one job. Brow, you have one job. You have one job. Okay, these two were successfully screened out of attacking the center. Move some bodies forward to block these guys. only remaining moves are necessary. Situations where you almost want to call forth the Godzilla. Oh. No? See which part breaks. Alright, Mirchin, who has the same matchup as Krishna here. Mirchin cannot block shit. What a riddle. Okay, next new version. First, go Harken. Next, Roger, here, Killer Sword, into you. Priority must be destroying as many birds as possible. They are the threat. Destroying or otherwise neutralizing birds. Taking out the birds that are as far forward as possible. Setting up the theft of a Great Lance would have been also nice. You take what you can get. Either of them can threaten Mirchin. Holmes picks them off with the longbow, while otherwise moving back toward the team. power of the blood Shamshir. Deliver me one dead horse. Maybe not. Okay, hold on. A comparison I want to do here. So, you only have 2 of it. You also only have 2 of it. Here my hit is 100. Here my hit is 95. You have even more. Why is this one? How much dodge? Thought it might be some kind of bonus from the terrain. From the terrain being inaccessible. No, some other factor at work here. You have no other supports on the field. What is your deal? He has to get this level before receiving Rising Dragon. He's the thing. Best damage from Javelin. It's speed parity with the slim legs. Puts you into killing range of the serpent. May also be desperate enough to use Mel as an attacker rather than as a healer. He has a sword which kills. Leaving the Brave Crossbow alive also causes many problems. Can slide one of my riders in there. Swords that kill. Snake and horse boxing. Now there are only 3 of them. So my plan is Mel will do a drive-by heal and then park here. Keep that crossbow from moving forward. From there he would probably just shoot at Roger, and Roger would be fine for that. Then leaves 3 whole Pegasi. Cause problems. You drive by heal crazy. Tree is in attack range all 3 of these fighters. What if the move is to make them take the bait instead? Or in the woods. Now is the moment. Swarm of angry birds to my side. 5. This will fix everything. They don't even have to get into attack position, they just need to block more spaces. One dies to Brave Crossbow, 2 of them die to... Nope, one of them removes the Brave Crossbow. Okay, Mel. Remarkably tanky right now. Birds successfully distracting some of the enemy? Yes. Yes, good job, birds. Urchin can still find a way to ruin everything. He's very skilled. He's a fighting genius. Oh, my bones. Get even more aggressive about it. Killing edge over here. We're getting to the point of applying the brute force. So be it. Wait, now why is your Delarkin accuracy terrible? Against the same target in the same position. There's some kind of number wang going on. Above and beyond everything else. Do you have charisma or something? Yeah. Do you? Alright, bird up. Bird up! They have found their natural prey. They hunger for horse flesh. The crossbow and the nomads that might thin their numbers before they can interfere with approaching the castle. It's an opportunity up there for the chief to steal that crossbow. No, you have 3 range. Using magic to kill life. So, updating the big board. Do not stand over here. Or wait, hold on, that's closer. Closer. Yeah, 3 range on his regular, 5 range. That's meteor. That's siege magic. Closer. How are you? That's fine right there. Little man may be in the motions of petitioning for certain. It's an hour of the day. The lad has been on fine behavior. Okay, pivoting back to backing up and throwing a cloud of birds. That might do the job. Leave Samson at the Narrows, having Bull Parkin, the one to the left of Krishna. Then everyone else just kind of swoop backwards to make room for the Harpies to do the job. Okay, sequencing here. Sand throw first. Move to support position near the cliff. Then throw here. Why are you so bad? So sudden. Deploy the railgun. Pretty good. The world will allow it to exist. I'm going to leave you with your killing edge. Sleeping. Oh man, needs the biggest sleeps. I wonder if quantity of summon scales off of anything. That has consistently been a 5-drop. Can you solve this mystery? Reposition. Alright, rattle these bones. Bird. Must kill bird. Bird must kill. Each of the many situations that have been solved by wave after wave of summoned creatures. Excepting the original zombie staff. Have all been thanks to Crime Gang. This be a world where I get to steal a Great Lance? Probably. Off of South Mountain Squad. Hello. Our solution to the front door of the mansion. All thanks to Crime Squad. Solve the riddle. Okay, and the crossbow is not moving forward. All of the infantry guarding the mansion are going to stay there. So, but the cat burglar burgles the cat. Has combat stealing, has lockpicking, has forest affinity. Level 2, 36 score. Ports with Narcus. Level limit 30. Is Thief. Walk you all the way over to the gates. It'll be easier if you go left. Don't stumble into the threat range of the nomads. Or into the threat range of the very wizard you are trying to recruit. Which is just this little narrow space up there. Okay, let's begin to reduce the complexity of our situation. With stealing! Chief will rise again. And the Harpies will probably annihilate against the Nomad squad up there. First, I need to take out the last of the enemy Pegasi. 2 Lancers, 2 Javelins. The one in the back is the one who's already grievously injured. But I can cause any of these to become grievously injured using my weapon. Tools for grievance. Okay, the Shamshir is also the most accurate weapon she has, so... Finisher? Perfect. No notes. All these other timelines were doomed because they featured non-Krishna levels. Counterfactional Krishna behavior. Units who grow by acquiring numbers on their stats page? Sounds fake. That's the last answer. Also, they are already injured. So, Brown. Oak. Lance. There we go. Press bid. Back there. Samson's just too good. So in consulting the documentation, so how experience works in this is pretty straightforward. Any non-kill combat, you get a flat amount of experience based on your own level that tapers off as you level up, eventually cutting off at around level 30. And then on kills, your experience scales off of comparing the score rating of the unit to the score rating of the thing it defeated. So Samson is having great difficulty learning anything by crushing this chaff into paste. Looking up. Brandishing YouTube. Okay, it might now be lunchtime. To the ground. You do not deploy into your surface. It hasn't been too bad that way. It's a bit of persuasion. Snack in progress. Anyway, wood. The strongest metal. Nomads threaten up to here, but compared to everything else that's been on this map, the nomads are nothing to worry about. Bud needs to keep running along the back. 6 move. Bud's costume. So you have to stop there, and then over here. Five turns-ish to be in position to go for the capture. The collection. And vacate the threat zone. I should vacate the threat zone of those actively in order to let the harpies trade into them. Closer. Please? Get the sound cut. Next for you. Result of your skills. Met the victory condition. Unlock the snack. Oh man, it stays very clean. You'll love to get those critical heals. Swords. Kill. Be sure again, hear it out. Do not cross this line. Do whatever token damage you can. And then be swept out of the blade. We'll distract the nomads for a full turn. Exchange of strong words. Exchange of stronger words. Okay, still have some Lancers left. But much less of a problem. You, range, you. Things to do. Like this. Roll again, sir. Back on deck. Good choice. One up in here with the sword. Does as advertised. Do some end, soup-like homogeneity. 0. So they're safe from those guys up there. Simpson can hearken to this man. He'll hearken this man into the next dimension. Or not. To gain his final level for promotion, Samson must first traverse half of the distance between himself and the level up. This is an impossible feat. He will probably drop that brave sword when killed. Or maybe not. Perhaps there will be grounds to conduct a scheme. No archers left. Going steel sword one is more important. They both still have their armor on. invisible man on the move. Attack. 0 defense. You do not enter attack range of the nomads under any circumstance. Still support position for Roger. Use your double strike to get the armor popped off of this one. No, that may just be setting them up to self-destruct again. Time will tell. Don't stand in this piece of the woods. You'll die of meteors. Talk to Bud, that would respond in. Probably not. Bud would probably mention it on their own page. They look at the situation and think they have a better matchup against Roger than against Samson. And they're right. In both cases, they're doomed, but... Okay, that one was still tough enough to live. Food for Samson. That nomad will die. Doesn't exert threat anymore anyway, so. Good. That delay works out into not a delay at all. What has crossed the event horizon? Krishna. Food for Krishna. Don't stand there. Samson is ready. Samson is so ready. Little man up there continuing to swing. Everyone else needs to organize themselves to fight these lancers. Chief is already on the line, ready to go. Holmes is a solution to lancers on his own. Yeah, things are going good now. Bud needs to bark up to the door, get Rochelle. Rochelle will then probably turn around and annihilate Ahab with some sort of fire of the sun. Someone else just needs to hold off a handful of lancemen. Lancers can go far enough north to mess with my approach. Okay, I can also reasonably box in these other lads. Roger can head up there. I need to box them in this round. Check Bud. A job for swords that kill. Who knows why they even make the non-killing swords? What's the market for them? I can physic Esther. Roger will be heading up there personally. Ascend. Axeman 2. Head up to steal another Great Lance. He has everything he needs. No way, your accuracy is terrible. Out of support range of your battle buddy. Vanish into the woods. Throw a physic up at Esther. Holmes is the perfect tank for this. Chief's still putting work in. The Chief can always find a way to ruin everything. This be the usual problem where, yes, once things started going well, I stopped doing paranoia saves. Okay, small change I can do here. Habit that guy to weaken his armor. Then Bill Harkin should be able to Brave Axe should be able to kill him. Yes, double swing of the Brave Axe. And he's still moving. Hello, sir. This time maybe we hang out at the tree line while waiting. Annihilated. Samson is never allowed to promote. Have to fight these waves of poisons. Or you can go north and deal with the nomads using a regular axe. The big part of the fight is over, no more magic axe required. He's ready. Blood will walk. Enemy attack range is over here. It's time for sure. Oh, I actually blocked one of the nomad spawns. Right, that extra row of spaces isn't inside the map. The ghost square is outside the environment. Alright. Bruised once more. The old staff menu order. There he go again. Classic Samson. So now, this. Placing a mid-turn state. Oh, listen. Welcome back. Important business is underway. Is it one again? Making noises. Apply more search. Push stuff around. Want some general goings on to the curve. As long as I completely surround him in distraction. Captain also knows me. The other captain. Captain to captain communication. 23 attack. 2 defense. You are in danger of being murdered. Shamshi. Not be trusted to win on the attack. Put you here. That protects me. Now out of stabbing range of everyone and everything. Standing you here enough prevent them from charging you. Not completely. Alright, let's see how this one goes. The drive to commit crime The drive is there, but blessings of the Godzilla. That's him. Accomplished his goals. Block there. Master, you. Almost. If you crit. If you want it. If you 16% want it to happen. We have other tools. There are only 2 of them left. Extract value. Hello again, sir. Welcome back. Rude little man. His drive for crimes, entirely intact. Stronger than ever. Alright. Take my hand off. You immediately plunge back in. You hesitate? Have you the chills? Alright, double tap with the slim lens. There are still uses for such things. You may approximate the chimp. Now, Holmes can finish the job. So, Krishna gets to do Krishna things. Krishna gets to try. She always tries. Alright, how many more reinforcements? converge on the mansion, just in case you need any character. Alright. It's pointed the other direction. Oh, you know Miracle. You have a range 3 spell. As if by design. Oh no, your attack speed is 2 wounds. You're not going to immediately delete him, but you can send your resignation. From the top rope. Sword. I wonder if he wanted to put a dungeon map here. Well, looks like you could have fought a lot of gargoyles in this corridor. Oh well. I guess we had deadlines to meet. There, boy. What day is it? That dialogue box there earlier provided a hint for one of the other side quests. One that I've missed other prereqs for, so... I don't know if there's like partial credit you can get for half pulling it off. That's what Holmes' gang needs. Even more thieves. The title of Little Man can fall on anyone. Yeah, so walking in there, Egan was allowed to die. Knowing from beyond the fourth wall, someday Sheegan will return. Am I now? No, still not allowed to roam freely. We are on course for over there. Business to attend. X. Dot. Peaceful, but that could end at any moment. He's miniature.